Hello everyone, this is Mina Irfan, high value life coach and transformation expert. I'm live streaming today on my Facebook in my private Facebook group. You may be watching the replay on YouTube. Join my private Facebook group. That's where I do most of my live streaming now, and then I later sometimes post the videos on YouTube, sometimes I don't. This is your high value guide to dating. And before my married women get turned off, keep in mind that the tools, tips I'm going to share with you guys today will also help you if you're married, because you will start to see where you made certain mistakes and how you can start correcting them, even if you're in a committed relationship, marriage, anything like that. So stay tuned. This is live, so let me know in the comments. Give us a heart, a thumbs up that you guys are live and watching, or let us know if this is a replay. So I want to start off by telling you that the advice that I'm about to share with you guys is advice that I would give my daughter, my niece, my sister, my cousins, my aunts, my mom, my grandmother, basically me, right? These are all the mistakes and the things that I've done wrong, and I've learned since then, because you guys know I have a passion for learning, for growing, for personal development, for self-help. I am a constant consumer of all of these things, and I just love spiritual and personal development. So let's talk about what are some of these mistakes that women seem to make and how we can undo this even if we are married or have already made these mistakes. Let me start by giving you a confession. First of all, I am 37 years old, married, I have 3 kids, and I haven't spent a lot of my life dating. And the reason for this is because the minute that I decided that I was going to get married, and my sister has this happen too, so we must be on the right track, we get taken off the market really quickly. Okay, and I'm going to share with you what some of that advice is, why this is. So the minute that I decided I wanted to get married, I was married within the first 2 months. This is because even though I am born and raised in the American culture, I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, I come from a background where dating is not a thing. You get to know someone to get married. And when you're dating, the man knows that he can't claim you as a girlfriend. The only way he can take you off the market is by putting a ring on it, by getting married to you. And I think that this is one of the biggest downfalls of the American culture. So being of Indian Pakistani background, I grew up being kind of envious of American girls, because I was like, oh, this is so awesome. They get to date and they get to really know the man before they get married. They spend so much time getting to know them. They go on trips together, they have meals together, they meet each other's families. This is fantastic. And then as I got older and I was in college and I met girlfriends and I got to hear everybody's stories and became aware of what this really meant, I realized really quickly that the American divorce rate is higher. People are unhappier in marriages here, and sometimes you can be stuck dating someone for 5, 6, 7 years before the guy decides that he wants to claim you or drop you. So there's a lot of negatives that come with being a girlfriend. And now I think even in the American culture, people are picking up on this, and there is a new way of dating emerging. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But my tip number 1 is that the world is your playground. So when you approach dating as a high value woman, think of it as you are playing around, getting to know a whole bunch of different people, and that you are not going to become somebody's free girlfriend, giving them all the benefits of a marriage without you having any of the benefits of marriage, right? If that's what you want. Now, there will be always women coming and saying, well, I don't want marriage. I want to be dating one particular guy for a long time, and that's okay with me. If that's you, that's great, right? But then there's other groups of women that pretend like it's okay for them, like, I'm not serious, yeah, I don't really want a relationship, but deep down inside they do want a relationship, they do want a marriage, but they're afraid to say this, they're afraid to be honest, because they think that the man will leave. They think that if they're honest, that he's going to be scared off, that all this woman wants is marriage, and he's just going to force me into trying to marry her, so I'm outie. And if that really happens, great. What a great way to weed out the guys that are not interested, they're not serious. right? So I actually met my husband on an online dating site. So I know that a lot of people, this is how they meet people now. So I have experience with that. And I'm currently working with a couple clients where I'm teaching them what to write in their online profile so that, you know, you're still gonna get some weirdos, but that a lot of those weirdos get kind of filtered out because they know you're not a woman that's gonna play, okay? You're not just like playing around being their sexting buddy or somebody that they can just call for a booty call at night at like 2 a.m. So we're gonna talk about this. But when I say the world is your playground, I mean you are not out there auditioning to be somebody's girlfriend or auditioning to be their wife. You're out there dating, having fun, being embodied in your feminine energy, and they are being the person that's auditioning to be your lover, to be the person that's gonna sweep you off your feet, to claim you if you so desire. Okay? And I think a lot of women, we go into the relationship thinking we have to convince him that we're amazing, that we're fantastic. We don't have to convince anybody except for ourselves. We are amazing. We're worthy. We're fantastic. A high value woman is somebody that is fantastically happy when she's with a man, but she's fabulously happy when she's not with a man either. You are a happy, worthy, complete person, whether you're married or not, whether you're in a relationship or not, and whether you have children or not. We are born complete and whole. These are just different roles that we choose to play with us in our lives if that's what we so desire. Marsha, Whitney, Prabiksta, I think that's how it's pronounced. Apologize if I mispronounced that. Welcome, ladies. My second tip is to know your worth. If you have the option, take the time first to do the inner work and learn who are you as a person. Know your worth, get your self-confidence going, and, you know, get things going for yourself, have a full, complete life so that when you start dating, it's coming from the aspect of, here I am, arrived in my fabulous self, and if a man so sweeps me off my feet, he is, you know, he is a partner to my life, already a fantastic, complete life, so be it. But a man is not going to complete me. I am already a complete person. That gives off very different energy, very different energetic vibes than somebody who's coming to find the man that's going to complete you. A man cannot complete you. You are already a complete person. If you're looking for a man to complete you, boy, are you in trouble. Boy, are you in trouble, because there's nothing anybody from the outside can give us to complete us. It's all within us. Oftentimes when we go out trying to seek someone to complete us, it's because we're trying to run away from ourselves. We're afraid to face those inner demons and those inner wounds, and we think that if we can find this other person to fix us or mask that for us, that everything will be fine. But let me tell you, nothing brings out the demons in the closet, the skeletons in the closet, than a relationship. It will trigger you like you won't believe. So if you have the option of doing some of that inner work beforehand, do so. But if not, if you're currently in a relationship, marriage, dating, then let that be an opportunity for the triggers to come up and you taking the time to deal with them as they come up so that you're aware. You can't do this when you're in your masculine energy living from your head, you know, when you're a bobblehead kind of just letting your head deal and lead you. This happens when you're embodied. So when you're in your feminine energy, embodied, grounded, and you're out on a date with a guy and something is off, you don't react. You don't react in a way like, oh God, you know, that was like, or you don't say anything to him. You don't just go along with it. You feel and you say, wow, this really felt nasty to me. This is not okay. No more dates with this guy. And now I'm going to be more selective in the next guy and watch out for these behaviors. A high value woman knows her worth, and she also realizes that when men are being nasty, when they're making mistakes, and when they're treating us badly, they know it. They know it. They're subconsciously or consciously testing us. And so if we go along with that, that's very low value. Okay? When you come across as a doormat, a pushover, somebody who can't stand up for herself and say, this didn't feel right to me, I'm just gonna, you know, I may even walk away now. I may complete this date and never take his calls again or let him know this isn't working out for me. When you're able to do this, this also allows the real men, the men that generally honestly made a mistake, to step up and say, wow, This is a high value woman. She's not going to let me get away with making mistakes. She's not going to let me get away with giving her crumbs. She's not going to let away with me treating her poorly. She's not going to become my sexting partner. She's not going to be somebody that I just call once in a while. This is serious. If I want her, I'm going to have to step up my game. Okay, so know your worth. My third advice is you are the prize, okay? If any single time you go into a relationship putting the man on the pedestal, he's instantly looking down on you, okay? Think about it from an evolutionary perspective. What man wants to marry and claim and have babies with? You know, that's how he's going to progress his genes into the future, with a low value woman that's looking up at him saying, oh, please marry me, you are the prize. You remain the prize in your life. You are the gift, you're the prize. And he will be always looking up to you. He's going to be chasing and pursuing you. A high value woman knows her worth and she's easy to lose. Okay? She's not pretending to be easy to lose. She's not pretending to play games. She's not pretending to be busy. She's genuinely busy. Okay? Because when you're faking it, when you're pretending to play hard to get, when you're faking it like, oh, I'm confident, you come across as very guarded, very masked up because it's not coming naturally to you. You're not relaxed, you're not grounded, you're not rooted in the earth, you don't know who you are, you're just wearing this mask. That's masculine energy. That will attract low quality men, because the high quality men, they will walk away. They're not going to call you back. The low quality men are going to say, ooh, free booty call. She's easy, she's low value. What can I get from her, and walk away as fast as I can? They're not going to marry you. Those are the relationships. Ever been with a guy that says like he's not ready for marriage, he's not into marriage, like he's just a playboy, just having fun, taking it easy, hanging out, and then you find out that he dumps you and he marries the next woman that he meets? He's just saying that to you because the energy is just low value. And I hate to say this because you're not low value. It's the energy that you are projecting in the world because you are not treating yourself like the high value self that you are. Remember, we're all high value. We're all born that way. Some of us just don't know it. You know, we get lost in our childhood wounds, in being bullied from our parents, our aunts and uncles, cousins, school. Things that happened to us in our past lives really scar us, and we carry that with us because we haven't taken the time to deal with this. Okay, I'm going to take some comments with you from you guys. Hi, Victoria. Welcome, babe. So this is relevant to you for the rest of your life, okay? My married followers may be thinking, well, why is this relevant to me? Because if you met your man and you dated him for a really long time, you did things for him, he got all the benefits of being getting you for free as a girlfriend before he committed to you, and maybe you waited 2, 3, 4, 5 years to get the ring. Maybe, admit it or not, you even pressured him a little bit to get that ring. You may still be carrying some of that energy with you now, 10, 20, 15 years into your relationship. And again, you can reverse this. I've talked about this in a lot of my relationships in my Arouse His Love masterclass. There are ways to reverse it. But whether you're single or married or in a relationship, you have to start by living a full, complete life with or without a man, okay? I'm happily married, but even then I have a full, complete life that doesn't involve my husband. I have my own interests, I have my own hobbies, I go out with my sister, with my girlfriends, I go out with my kids sometimes while he's at home, I have my business that I run, I have books that I read and write, there's programs that I create. He knows that I am a full, complete woman, high value woman, and that he doesn't complete me. He is my life partner, that I will not crumble and fall if one thing goes wrong or if he walks out on me or something happens. I am still a complete person. And what this tells my man is that he also has the right to be a full, complete person. He has the right to go out with his friends, to have his own hobbies, his own adventures, and his own thoughts and opinions, and that his life will not crumble if I walk away or if he says the wrong thing. Like, we are a team, okay? And so I will be covering in this Sunday's High Value Babes Club training this information in way more detail on how-tos on dating and how you can be writing, you can go about dating as a high-value woman, how you can write that profile that filters out some of these crummy, nasty guys, and even if these low-value guys are attracted to you, how you can change your own vibe so that you can put an end to that and say, no, thank you, I'm not interested in this. Now, I had a client the other day that was saying, well, Mina, what if I do all of this? And what if I put these changes in place? What if I do the rotational dating like you talk about? But what if they're not okay with it? Well, then they're not your man. Why not discover that in the first, second, third, fourth date, then spend 2 years with the guy being his girlfriend and then discover it? I just saved you 2 years. You're welcome. Okay, so you want these guys to be filtered away. Remember, you don't need 10,000 guys to like you. You just need that one to be the one, right? We always think that, well, what if I lose all the good ones? There are no good ones. You are the good one. You're the prize. You're the gift. And that right man, that high value quality man will step up, okay? So don't go out there saying, okay, well, I'm just gonna give everybody a chance to see which one's the good one. No, if somebody is getting turned off by the fact that you have high values, that's not your man. Good riddance, let him go. And you will filter through a lot of these guys in the beginning, because let me tell you, even good guys will try to challenge you sometimes and see, consciously and subconsciously, are you a high value woman? Can they push you around? Because believe it or not, everybody loves convenience, but nobody falls madly and deeply and obsessively in love with convenience. Okay, so they will try to get it. Yeah, having a girlfriend is pretty darn convenient for them. It is. You're giving them all the benefits of marriage, being there for them, cooking for them, cleaning for them, buying them presents, maybe even going halvesies on dates, maybe even paying half the rent if you're living with them. That sounds pretty convenient without them having to actually claim you. And claim you means putting a ring on your finger and marrying you and treating you like a high value queen that you are, and loving you and cherishing you and seeing you. You are seen by them. You're adored by them. Okay, claim doesn't mean, yay, I get to be his girlfriend, and then maybe he'll marry me in a couple of years. But if he doesn't, then, oh well, I'm going to have to start the whole process over again. Right? So let them come up and claim you if you are the right person. And don't worry about the wrong people falling away. They will. That's what we want. Right? We don't need everybody to love us and like us. We need that one right person, the high value man. And oftentimes, even the guys that are initially mad, like, what do you mean that you're not going to become my girlfriend? I thought you liked me. Or you're dating multiple guys at the same time. What does that mean? Like, aren't we a couple? Even then, oftentimes they will walk away, but they will think it over and realize that they still miss you, they still like you, and this will ignite their natural tendency to want to pursue and chase you if they really like you, and they will come back. I've heard of this happening as well. When you raise your status, you inspire men to raise their status, to be in their masculine when you're in your feminine. Okay, so I'm going to see if I have some comments coming in. Otherwise, for those of you guys that are already enrolled in my High Value Babes Club, this Sunday's live training is on high value dating. It's going to be called Your Guide to High Value Dating. And if you're married, you're also not going to want to miss this, because I will teach you guys some of the mistakes that you have made while you were dating or in the early phases of your relationship, and how you can start reversing them. And my single ladies will learn from this, because eventually you want to lead to marriage, right? And the way that this high value way of dating works, you get the ring pretty quickly because you raise your status, you're in high vibration, and you're not, putting yourself on wait on somebody. A high value woman doesn't wait for a man. She's easy to lose. She's out enjoying her life. So a man knows that the only way to claim her is to really claim her with a ring and marriage and offering her the world. Victoria said, thank goodness for Babes Club. I can't wait. Awesome. I'm going to post the new link for you guys in the Babes Club dashboard. If you haven't joined already, go ahead and get yourself locked into the monthly rate, and you have access to all of the previous live trainings, and you can join us live this Sunday for my guide to high value dating. Victoria said, this is definitely the message that I need right now. I'm so glad to hear that, Victoria. Hi, Ken. Good morning. Whitney said, this is a big part of why I'm working on my inner worth. I want to be an example to my daughter so she'll realize her worth and expect to be treated well. Yes, yes. And Whitney, you know this. No matter what we say to our children, they are watching what we are being, who we are being, right? So if you are a high value woman and you carry yourself with a certain worth, and you know your worth, and you know that you are the prize in any relationship, then your daughter will see this firsthand versus hearing what you're saying but watching you be something else. So treat yourself with respect, ladies. When we're out in the world dating, it's not about trying to convince the guy that we're the right person for him. We are whole and complete in who we are. If he's a good match, then he will step up. We don't have to convince him of anything, okay? We are just authentic, being who we are. When we play a role for the man to like us and want to marry us, later on, these are the same guys that say, she changed after marriage. Because the truth is, we can't pretend to be somebody we're not for long periods of time. We just can't. It's emotionally and energetically draining for us. So when we start reverting or we start getting uncomfortable with the fact that we're pretending to be somebody else, that shows up as very low energy in the relationship, and the relationship and or the marriage can go down south really quickly. So why not show up as your worthy self from the get-go? Because that is the real you. That's the worthy you. Okay, you are complete. You're not auditioning. You are just being you in a very feminine way. You're tapped into your feminine energy. This doesn't mean not speaking up for what you want. This means speaking up in a feminine way with strong boundaries around you, with knowing what your boundaries are. First of all, if you don't know your boundaries, you're not going to be able to communicate that to a man or to anybody, and people are going to be pushing your boundaries left and right because you don't know them, you don't know what they are. So how are you even going to communicate that to other people? Okay, so join us in the Babes Club. I have a program on boundaries and inner work, my High Value Worthy Woman program. I'll also link that in the description box for those of you guys that have it already. The boundaries section will be added soon to that. And thank you so much. I really enjoyed this live training with you guys, and I will catch you guys in Sunday's more in-depth live training on the same topic. See you then. Bye.